Well, says I was live for 2 minutes. I don't think so. If so, you guys was hearing the TV and all that. So was you all hearing the TV? Am I there? Is it working? Nope, I'm not there. Or no, it didn't. When did no? You couldn't hear the TV or nothing. Okay, well it says I was live for 2 minutes. I'm gonna have to go back and rewind because if so, well, if y'all heard the TV, that was Newsmax, and if you don't know what that is, go check it out. It'll probably make some of y'all really mad, and everybody else will feel like I do. Anyways, let's say hi to everybody real quick. I am actually on the laptop today. Ain't that amazing? So now I have my phone. I can use my phone too. I still ain't figured out that stupid spinny wheel free to giveaway stuff. uh, okay, let me. Let's see if I can jump on this thing. All right, you ding dong. Hey, look at this. My dog is in a sweater. She's so cold. She was outside and she was shivering. So then we put this ugly sweater on her. Yeah, here, go.
Hey,
It's
Christmas
like
ugly sweater
some
contest.
teddy bear thing. But
It's Christmas ugly
I
sweater
got
contest.
molested by my dog. Get all that wetness. What are you doing? Shadow hunting? She got these big old floppy ears and she looks down at the floor because all the lights. She's like shadow hunting the floor. Um, my channel. My channel. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna go back through and say hi to everybody, but this doesn't. Okay. So far, I see Joe Buck. Hi, Keith. Whoop, let me turn that down so there ain't no echo. So KY, anything is possible. Um, Robin, Mark. Okay, that's all I see in chat. Oh, Brandon, Randall. All right, guys. Well, anyways, it's been an eventful week. Working on a log splitter, got some stuff done. Messed off with some other stuff. I tied like 475 jigs this last 4 or 5 days. And I'll tell you what, my shoulders hurt, my neck hurts, my hand hurts. Hey, Naomi, what's the dog getting into in there? Rosie! Sorry, I mean to yell at y'all. The dog's in the kitchen.
Wait,
That thing, she's tall enough, she just sits right up on the counter. She's like, what's for dinner? The other day, she grabbed a steak off of there when nobody was looking. I was like, whoa, wait a minute, Rosie, get that back. So I cut that little piece off where she had it buried her teeth in it and fed it to her after we ate. So, uh, I'll tell you what, going from Dotson's, little bitty 10-pound dogs to now Rosie's 60 pounds, and man, she's amazing. But she's a big girl. But I appreciate all y'all being here. We got 10 people in here right now, it looks like. So I'm gonna see if I can copy. See if I can do this right. What is it? Oh, I can't never remember what it was. Hey, there I did. Control V. There's a link if anybody wants to come up, and if you guys are tying jigs or just want to come up and BS or whatever, more than welcome. Hey, you know what? Since I got my phone, I better start doing this. Um, let's see. I gotta start making y'all moderators. Now, if I don't make you a moderator, don't flip out. It's just because I may know you, but not know you super well enough. So seems like everybody on here is going to end up being a moderator. Now on my end, it don't show if I made you a moderator or not, and I can't think straight this morning. So I think pretty much I made everybody moderator on here. Okay. Well, if I didn't catch you, just be patient. I'll get to you one of these times. All right. We need to tie some jigs, guys. But first, hey, on James Dockery, he was tying jigs again this Wednesday, and they was having a good time on there. And then uh, they had Jason. I could think his name, but if you haven't checked them out, them Boogie Belly Baits, man, or Booger Belly Baits. I see, yeah, Booger Belly Baits. But anyways, look at them things. I don't know how well you can see that, but Lyle turns out is the one that sent me these, so I appreciate that. And I took them out and I used them at my pond, and I was getting bites on it, and then I figured out that I just was using a little bit too big of a hook because I was using an 8. So I took a couple of my 10s out there and put a 10 on there. I threw that thing out there about 24 inches down off that bobber, and I threw it clear across the pond because the wind was 20 miles an hour behind me. And that 2-pound line just chunked it clear across, and popped it back a few times, and that was with the 1/64 ounce jig head, and it was a silver head. I posted it on my Facebook, but it was just this little silver head, and that looks like lead, but that is painted silver or powder coated silver. And put that on there. I pulled 25 bluegill off the other side, anywhere from this big to this big, and it was awesome. I hate plastics. Yeah, there you go, Mark. Thanks for posting that up there. Appreciate it, bud. But yeah, I was like, man. And I was going to use my hand ties that day, but since I got those sent to me, I kind of felt like somebody sent them to me and took the time. I better go use them things. So I went out there and I cast it clear across. I was fishing on my dock at my pond, but the way the wind was, I knew there were, but there would be a few bluegill or crappie up under that dock, but I knew everything was on the other side because there was a hatch going on, so you could see all the bugs getting blown. I threw that thing over there. That bobber didn't bounce and drift about that far, and it was gone. And you're basically, I was probably 80 feet across the pond since I was on the dock. And being that far, you can't rip that thing. You just got to pull steady. Because if you rip it, you're going to make that, since your line's out so far, there's going to be a curve in that line. You're going to make that thing go sideways, and they're going to fill it and let go. But if you sweep your rod and give your rod a full sweep, so if you're using a 7'6" rod, you're sweeping 15 feet of line back. That'll take the loop out. And man, I was hooking every single fish, and I wasn't losing any. But man, I got like 20, 25 that day, in an hour and a half time. It was awesome. So make sure you go check out Booger Belly Baits and check out Jason. He's busy. Be patient with him. He may not respond quick, and it might be might take him the next day or whatever, but he'll get back to you. Just be patient with him. And you know, there's all kinds of guys on here that like to tie and stuff. And I know I'm just jabbering away, talking about everybody, but that's what this is all about. We got to share our stuff, guys. But today, I'm back to tying itty bitties. So 1/64 on a size 10, and that's a disco gold head that I got. And then we got some nice bright orange thread. And I hope you guys can see a little better. I got me one of them ring lights, so I'll put it back there and put it on an external battery because I got my camera working, as you can see. So I was flipping out and hoping that I didn't want to disconnect something again, because it took me 2 weeks of running through the computer and doing all that stuff. And you know how I finally figured it out is I just got on. I went ahead and jumped on StreamYard and just started messing around on there, and I found the camera setting and I went in there and I was like, oh, well, it's set on the stupid laptop on this app only. So I changed that. I finally figured it out, but it took me a minute. But I'm missing people here. I see Laughing Cat jumped in, Indiana Chris jumped in, Joyce jumped in. I got my phone here. Rosie's trying to come give me some kisses again. She hears me talking to y'all and she gets jealous. Let's see. James Bailey. I don't know if I said hi to you or not, but hi. So, but anyways, I'm kind of stuck on them. I got them, what I call my little ice jigs, basically a midge or whatever. I got them stuck in my head, and I tied up a couple yesterday that were pretty neat looking, and they were pink head and that pink body like I did last week. And then I used this fuchsia wire. I use that wire, and it doesn't show up right on camera. See, because it looks like a purpley there, but here it's like a really hot iridescent type pinkish. Excuse me. But I just get that wire tied on there. See some other people coming in. But now with this light in my eyeballs, is a little harder for me to see, but it's easier for you guys to see. So if I make a mistake, call me out on it. But you run that back and forth a few times and get that wire locked in. It helps kind of build that body a little bit too. But then this is a sparkle braid, and this sparkle braid, it will cover up this orange thread, but it will kind of shine through a little bit. If you put black on there, it'd be just a little bit different color. But I just kind of been on these things. I went out and used them, and I busted a bunch of bluegill and some crappie off my little dock at my pond, and I got all excited for them. So, and there's another guy that I've made friends with recently here on YouTube, and he's pretty close to me. That's Pond Hopper TV. So, if you guys haven't checked out Pond Hopper TV, you know, check them out. Oh, see, that thread was so short, I let go of it and it just unwound itself completely. Now I got to start over. Somebody else jump in? But yeah, I've been tying a bunch of jigs. Now the reason I was able to tie so many jigs in the last few days is you get started on one color and you can just bust out a bunch. And I wasn't tying these. I was tying the small jig heads. And actually, I'll just show you real quick next. This jig would be done here in a second. But you want to wrap that wire back up there. I kind of got too many things going in my brain. I keep getting off track. I got so much stuff I need to do today. I need to go finish my log splitter because I got like 5 truckloads of wood in the backyard, but it's all too big to fit in the wood stove. So I have to go in. Yes, Mark, sorry, I just seen your comment. I've been, trying to focus. But yeah, it's a Renzetti vise. Um, they're a great vise, but they're not something a beginner wants to just go jump out and get. I put the wrong color up there. There it is. Okay, so I got the disco, and then I got the that tan braid, and I have the green or dark greenish blue kind of wire. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and I'm going to do a contrast in the color. I'm going to use that little piece of orange. But yeah, Mark, this vise is a Renzetti. I had a bunch of clamp-on vices and things like that they were fine. And actually, here, I'll show you. The other day, I was going through some stuff, and I found my old one. Found my old vise, but this is what I used to use. This big thing here. This is what I used to use, and I liked it because you could set your hand on it and squeeze it like that. But man, after you squeeze that thing about 30 times in a day, your pinky starts cramping it. You're like, ah. So it's okay. But when you got arthritis, I mean, there's plenty of y'all that got arthritis. Y'all know what I mean. It hurts when you start squeezing like that. And this thing, you just flip this little trigger and in and out, and you're done. An Odyssey vise. Yeah, see, and that's the thing is this vise here. I've broken the jaws on these things. Like the jaw will actually just a chip will break off. And I've broken 3 or 4 of them. On it's usually on bigger flies, but I don't understand why it would break. I mean, it's like it's just cheap metal or it wasn't heated properly. Didn't do whatever properly. Rusty Smith, Kansas. What? I missed something. Okay, here. I don't know why I keep trying to look at my computer. I got this in my hand. Somebody said, "Oh, Rusty Smith. Good morning from Topeka." I'm sorry I missed that, bud. Yeah, I'm from Kingman. So we're 3 hours away from each other. You got better fishing up that way, but we got to make do what we got here in South Central Kansas. I'm like right on the edge of where there's no water. You go out west and good luck fishing. I mean, there's some spots. You got Pratt and stuff, but that's still only 30 miles. After that, it gets kind of sparse. You go back east and there's all kinds of stuff. So, and then somebody else said that they were, see, I see Topeka. And then somebody said they were just, oh, Rusty Smith, Kansas. Okay, I thought I seen 2 that said. So, but yeah, and then what I was saying is Pond Hopper TV. Those guys, they're from over by Marion Newton Way. So I'm not for sure exactly what town they live in, but they're always fishing Marion County Lake, which I haven't been there in like 10 years. I need to get. I need to go because I hear they got a heated dock, and then I watched a video of Pond Hopper, and yep, they got a heated dock. So guess what? Dave's fat butt's gonna go up and sit in the heated dock. The only thing I don't like about the heated dock is got that stupid handrails in them, and they're not made for handicapped people because that means I got to fish like this with my hands up like this the whole time. That's the only downfall. But they don't want people that are standing, leaning on that thing and falling over head first in the water. I mean, if I was there, get on camera, it'd be funny. Oh, I just snapped that off, but that's okay. These ones are for me. But see, these ones are a little bit, come on, focus in. But these ones are a little bit more time consuming. But when I said that I was doing flies really quick, I'll show you what I was doing. I was taking 1/64th with this one's got a red head. Take the thread, lock that thread in there. Then I lost my feathers. Those all look like ew. Okay, then you take your feather, you pinch your feather, you just tie on the tip of the silly thing, trim that off, tie on your piece of chenille. We're going to do a red, orange, and yellow. If I'd had a longer piece, I'd have done. I'd have had it done. Okay, that's it. There's a jig. So that's how I was able to tie 400 in a few days, because there's a jig. And I'm sorry my fingers are dirty. I was working on my log splitter. I can't wash that stuff off. But that's how I was able to tie so many jigs so fast. But I see John Parker's in here. Oh, John, I tell you what, bud. You, guy, you do so much for everybody, making them them thumbnails and them, them little sticker pictures and people's ID badges for the thing and stuff. Dude, I don't care what anybody says. John's the man. But yeah, everybody that's on here just needs to support everybody else and not put everybody down just because. So what if somebody, how many times people yell at me because, oh, that ain't your jig, I made that jig. Well, guess what? I made it. I don't care if it looks like yours. So that's the attitude that sometimes you just got to have with people, because people are jerks. Y'all know that. There's a difference between somebody that's being a jerk and somebody being an a-hole. If you're an a-hole, it's usually because people deserve it. If you're being a jerk, you're just a jerk. Jig. Well, thanks, James. I appreciate it. Yeah, that's kind of my thing is people just, they're out for themselves. They just, I don't know. They just, sometimes people just want things to complain about. And I just think that just, that shows ignorance, you know. Ignorance is lack of knowledge. And then when they start really being a jerk, then that just shows stupidity, which is repeating the ignorance over and over. But I'm tying up a bunch of these little guys because it's cold. It's that time of year. When it gets cold, they get, you want to go small baits. And I can't tie much smaller than this, but I can. They got, see, I got these ones. These are a size 12. Look at them little dudes. And also, when I was on my camera feed thing, when I fixed my camera, I I changed the setting because it was set at 480. So I changed it to 7 whatever. I changed the resolution from crappy to not so crappy. So, but see, it don't take long to tie them little dudes. It's just a single. You just put a single tail feather on there, but Mark. No. Hey Fresno, how you doing? Yeah, I seen your little bullhead the other day. Um, I I see you're about the only one I see within the the immediate group that catches quite a few bullheads, and we do. I don't put them on camera very often, but on this next summer, I'm gonna go out and I'm targeting a 5 pound bullhead. That's what I want. I want to get a 5 pound bullhead just to say my biggest bullhead so far is 3.5 pounds. So I want to get a 5 pounder. But yeah, if I get me a 5 pound bullhead, that would be awesome. I know everybody wants to use them for bait, and they do make good bait. But if you use the 5 pound bullhead for bait, I think that thing might try to fight back on that flathead. But it may not stand a chance that flathead's big enough, but it may try to fight back. Yeah, we got a little reservoir over here by us, and it's Cheney Reservoir. It's like 5,000 acres, and it has some big flatheads in it. You don't see them very often anymore because they brought back noodling in my state. So the big flatheads have since they did the whole bringing back noodling. Our flathead population has dropped like crazy. So yeah, that's the same here, Mark. Is that's pretty much I think our bullhead record is 6, almost 6. I'd have to look at it here. I'll look it up real quick. Jump off of that. Kansas State bullhead record. Oh, it's bigger than I thought. 7 pounds, 3 ounce or 0.33. So 7 pound, 0.33, 24.5 inch bullhead. That's a monster bullhead. But I want to catch a 5 pounder. And the uh, place that I go fishing that we call Gregory's Place, 6 pound, 5 pound. Yeah, wow. I mean, that's a big fish, but especially for a bullhead. But I mean, you're still gonna. It's gonna be like reeling in a brick because the only thing they do is just roll in circles, open their mouth. So, but yeah, I got this place where the bullheads are like, I mean, they're monstrous, but it's the lease that we have, and it's 22 acres. It's just full of fish. The That's where I did my search for 15-inch crappie, and I did a bunch of other uh, lives out. Well, I didn't say a bunch, but I did some lives out there. I'll be doing more lives out there this year. And this spring, I'm going to target a 3 pound crappie. I want to get a 18 incher. So that'll be really fun. I know that we went out and tried to catch a 15, and I think I had one on, but I broke my line at the knot. So my fault. That was too long. The dog is just roaming. She's lost. Yep, I'm here. What are you doing? Here, you want to show everybody your sweater? Come here. Look, show everybody your stupid sweater. See that? All right, go. I feel molested every time. What? She's paw pouncing the ground at me. She wants to play. She got her toy. Here, because everybody else left. That there wasn't even nothing there. It was a blank screen. Every time I get those stupid calls from them people, the thing is there's nothing there to answer. It just rings like a blank screen. They're calling to tell me my car warranty is overdue. What are you doing, Rosie's like she's on crack. She's doing zoomies. Hey, you gotta watch it. Can't be jumping on the same couch as the Dachshunds. You're too big for that. Yeah, I thought we were going to have a real nice, calm dog, and it was just going to sit there and look pretty. This thing is, I mean, of course, she's only 8 months old. So this Doberman is, she like back and forth. And when you weigh 60 pounds and you hit the chair slides sideways because we have hardwood floors. Hey, Rosie. And she's trying to play with Minnie, and Minnie don't want it. Sorry, guys, it's alive. What are you gonna do? I can't. I mean, I can control my dog, but when she wants to play, it's hard. I mean, you love your dog. You just like go for it. I guess if y'all are dog lovers, you understand. I know Mark does. Hey, Pond Hopper TV, I see you in here now. I wasn't watching that. But hey, I was bragging on you earlier, bud. I said that that y'all was in Kansas too, and that I needed to get up there to that dock. Hey, what are you doing? Rosie's still messing with the dog. Here, hold on a minute. I think she's getting into Naomi's cup. Get out of that. Now that dog's going to really be nuts because she just drank Naomi's coffee. Yeah, that's the same thing. I was like, I still got a year on my warranty, but I bought a new. I mean, my truck's almost 5 years old now. It's almost over. And my wife's car, it don't have no warranty, but it's a 12. Morning, damn river boys. Anyways, hey Robin, thanks for jumping that up there. I need to. Hey, quit! I'm doing a live here, Rosie. You're being annoying to lady. Why are you trying to play with her so much? Here's your monkey. You're being a turd nugget. This dog. Anyway. Sorry, guys. I get back on here with this. Rosie, I already told you once. Hold on a minute. She keeps shoving that monkey in Lady's face, and Lady don't want it. Okay, I gotta go back here. I'm lost. All right. Too many distractions for me this morning. Like I said before, I'm making some people mods because I finally figured out how to do it. So but like I said, don't get offended if I don't hit you up. I can't remember who I got and who I don't because it don't show you. until like next time. So Mark, you're old and slow. We all get that way from time to time. Here, you know, I invited y'all earlier, but there's quite a few more people in here again. There's a link again if anybody wants to hop up here. I mean, we'll be up here for another 45 minutes or so because I think I'm just going to start going until about 9:30. It seems like we've been in and up to where we go a little later. Starting to run out of jig hooks. I think I'm out of lunch now. I got like a little box here and I got like orange and golds and disco orange all mixed in. So we'll just switch colors. We'll go pink and chartreuse. And then pink chartreuse. You don't have to, I mean, everybody kind of like, I mean, everybody kind of stays to like hackle or marabou for tails. And you can throw it up once in a while. I don't know how well you can see that without taking out the package. But you can use some duck. You can use, you know, bucktail. You can use some big old long feather stuff that is a little bit, I don't know how to describe it. It's not, you see the ends, it's not like real super individual. It's like some of it's just kind of stuck together. Any fin is possible. Hey there, now stuff's starting to show up as mods. Right on. That just makes it easier for everybody if there's a few mods to help out. Border Collie tail is your favorite? Yeah, I tell you what, my very first jigs I ever made, we had a half poodle, half schnauzer. And my mom and dad, they were like, they went and bought these new clippers and they cut the dog. So I took all that and I used that stuff and I made quite a few jigs, just store-bought Walmart heads and mom's sewing thread. And I went to the Walmart and instead of using chenille, I used some Ancron or whatever it is yarn. And so it was, they work great, you know. I mean, Texas crappie are just like every other crappie because that's where I did that. That was down in Texas where we had to, you know, grew up as a kid. But a crappie, we keep talking about this on other channels and stuff, but crappie, it's more about movement. I mean, you could tie the ugliest, stupidest jigs there is. Color does have somewhat of a factor, but it's more that movement. If they want slow presentation, small tails, tie stuff with small tails. If they want something that, I mean, there's here, I'll show you a good little jig too, just to get it out of my head because I'm sitting here trying to think of all these stuff. If I can pick that hook up, I'll just show you something real easy, super easy. Go get some of that. Like if you got some old rubber bass skirts, I know I got some of that laying around here. You get some old rubber bass skirts, like on a jig that's falling, you know, bass bug that's falling apart or something. Okay. Yeah, here's a replacement. Just take a piece of that, like, let's do a piece of that white. Take a piece. Oh, I better tie my thread in. This is, I mean, this just to show you that you don't have to use same materials. I mean, you could use found materials. One of my best, actually, I think my best video that I got the most views out of anything was called a rubber band fly. And I'm going to go back and remake that. But I'm going to, like if you go from the gap of the hook to the shank, take that and make just that much stick off the back of that. and tie that on there up to the point of the hook where your thread hangs down and just hits the point of that hook. Rosie, you are so annoying the other dogs. I hope that isn't too bothersome to you guys. Hey, you need to quit. Rabbit fur, yep. Dog hair, golden retriever, quail feathers. Yeah, and you can go to the park. Go to a local park. You can go to a local park and you can find and you can go buy these are like $2.75 for a roll of these, and you can make you can literally make like 200 jigs off of this one roll. But this one will have a little longer body than what I normally tie for small jigs. Tie that on and just go like this. There, that's done. And whip that thing off. Okay. Come on, camera. Trying to get the camera to focus. How did I do it earlier? Anyway, y'all can see that well enough, I'm sure. It may not be too well, but little jigs like that even work great. And that probably, it took what, 40 seconds if not talking. But yeah, I'll tie jigs out of all kinds of stuff. Elk hair, deer hair, all that. I mean, uh, I go to thrift. My kids go to the thrift store and they bring home those the little bolos that the children wear. This is a piece of material that they brought home from the craft part of the thrift store where I don't know what it was for, but you can make jigs out of that. So I haven't made any jigs out of that yet, but I mean it wouldn't. Gregory wants me to, so I need to. But I got other people I need to grab first. Split shot. I didn't see you in here, bud. Sorry. Hi, how are you? Yeah, there's so many materials, and that was my whole point of this channel to start off with was just to say, hey, you tie jigs out of just about anything, and then it just kind of grew from there, and then went into these lives and everything else. But first person to have me on was Lyle Stokes over at Panfish Nation, and I mean, I I owe it all to him to go on live. He's the one that talked me into it. He's the one that he kept saying he wanted me on his show, and I was scared. I wouldn't, didn't want to do a live. I was afraid I might cuss on there because I mean I'm a little rough sometimes, but I gotta try to keep peaceful, keep myself reminding myself not to cuss. Some of y'all don't like it. I mean, some of y'all don't care, but there's enough of you that don't like it that I want to be respectful. So if you want to hear a bunch of blah 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 and hear the whole freedom and don't care, there he is, James Dockery. Go check out James's channel. Make sure you subscribe to James's channel. He'll love it. Yeah. Yeah, don't go subscribe to James. Go do it. Hey, what are you doing? Snooping? So I'll put that box down on the ground. She wants to know what's in it. But at least she ain't molesting the Dotsons right now. But anyways, James, you the other night your show was hilarious. I man, I was sitting there rolling the whole time. Yeah, I see that here. I'll show you guys. I got me some. I said it earlier in the show, but there wasn't that many people in here then. But go check out this, Mark. If you wouldn't mind throwing that link up again, Booger Belly Baits. Go check them out. I hate using plastics. I don't like them. I'd much rather use my hand ties. But it seems like I don't know. I guess I fish so much local. I know what each place, what hand ties work really well, and you get comfortable with hand ties, and so that's kind of what I got stuck with. Um, I know a lot of people that use tube jigs, regular rubber jigs, all that kind of stuff that works for them, great. I'm comfortable with my hand ties because I can tie what I want, the color I want, and if I don't have it, I'll go find it. And so therefore, that's kind of where I'm at. I know a lot of guys that they only use plastics and they do great. If you're comfortable with it, go for it. But now that I have used those booger belly baits, I'm tell you what, I I didn't think I would like a plastic, and that those little things are awesome. I mean, they at least worked for the one time I used them. They worked really, really well for me. So I guarantee you, I'll use them again and again and again. Well, the that night that night we was all watching was when on James's channel. The only thing I kept seeing was Lyle's belly, which I got a big belly too, but I get a better camera angle. But then every once in a while you'd get that crotch shot, and I'd be like, come on. But nobody said that on there. But anyways, this is a 164th on a 12 is what this one is. It's an orange head, orange body, and that little yellow tail off of one of them softer feathers. I really like those. Here you go. That's small enough. That's the smallest jig I do right now. I'm trying to find me a 1/80th mold. Um, the 1/80th mold is the do it mold 80 is what it is, and they're like $110, $115. So it's going to have to wait a minute. Stupid pop up. Yeah, I James, I got your stuff. I subscribe to you, of course, and I got all your notifications on, and because I ain't gonna miss it. There's your show is way funny. I mean, I know it. You're just doing your thing, but it just makes everybody else smile. So whether you like it or not, bud. But if you guys haven't, go to check out James. I mean, he does so much for the community.
Hey, no,
He may act all,
no.
but you get him involved with them kids. You just watch his stuff.
That girl.
Hi, Froggy. Failed central heating. Thank goodness for winter fishing gear. Oh, you had to get all bundled up, didn't you? Yeah, our AC and stuff died this year, and we went to replace it, and they're like, "Well, your furnace is about shot too." I was like, "Yeah, really?" They're like, "Yep." So we got a new furnace and a new air conditioning, and that was awful. By the time we were done, it was 10 grand. It's just ridiculous, but it came with a 10-year warranty, and if anything ever goes wrong with it, they come out and fix it. Don't cost nothing. So, and it's like a 98% efficient 16 tier or whatever it's called. And this will actually be our first month's bill because we didn't turn the heat on until about a month ago. But we've already been forewarned it's going to be really high. So, what are you going to do? Pay the bill if you want to stay warm. But we've been cutting all kinds of firewood since I got Mikey here helping and stuff. They'll drag stuff out and bring it to me, and I'll cut where I can get to it. Or Mikey will just cut for me, and then I just kind of supervise at that point. Now I set at the tailgate of the truck and put the logs up in there the best I can.
I know, I hate that.
Yeah. Bad thing is, it just everybody's heating costs are just going to keep going up for a little while anyway. It'll get better, I hope. God, I hope.
No.
Rosie's being super playful this morning, dear.
Took the cushion off the couch, dragging it around the house.
Go run her outside. She probably just wants to go run around. Miss school. Now on holiday. Froggy, what do you say, Mark? Froggy, I'm everywhere. Yeah, Mark, you do show up a lot of places. Last night on Panfish Nation, if you guys don't watch them, go check out Panfish Nation at Lyle Stokes and Mark. Check them out. And last night they were wearing my hats. I was so shocked. I thank you guys. You didn't have to. I just sent them to you as Christmas gifts. So, like I said, they were the ones that got me started. So, nobody be offended if I send somebody something without making them pay, because I do it a lot. I mostly jigs, stickers. If you guys want stickers, hit me up. Doublehookangling at Gmail. Stickers don't cost nothing. I'll send you a sticker if you want a sticker. If you got a sticker, send me one back. I like putting stickers up. You look right up there, I got Pontoon Jody. I got Lyle's Catfish Weekly. Yeah, check out Lyle's Catfish Weekly thing too. And then uh, KP's they take down catfishing, and then Danny Stone Outdoors. Those are the only stickers I got. And then I got my special Lyle Stokes jigs up there. Mark's a gigolo. That's hilarious. So here a while back, somebody was saying Mark was Chippendale dancer back in the day. I thought that was kind of funny. I could just imagine. I know everybody's joking and stuff, but if not, that would be hilarious. I would never. That's funny. Yeah, and you guys are nuts. Back in the day, I still do. Hey, I dance, but then nobody want to see it. Uh, and you know that was a joke because I'm in a wheelchair. I could go like this, maybe wiggle. I could jiggle. I don't I don't dance very well. Never did. Even back in the day, I didn't dance very well. I tried breakdancing when I was a kid and stuff. I was pretty good at that. You know, I could do the on the cardboard, do the whirl and stuff. We usually did it in like the gym and things like that. But it was the early mid '80s, so it was kind of the thing, and everybody did it. Whether you was good or not, you thought you was great, but I couldn't prove none of it now. So, what's everybody got going on this week? Anybody got any? Is there any tourneys going on? If there is, share it. You guys want to? Here's the other thing. Share. I made plenty of y'all moderators. Y'all can on my channel. I don't care. Share out your stuff. Put your links in chat so people can find you. I don't care. It's not like I'm ever going to be monetized myself. And if I am, and all I'm going to do is spend money on fishing stuff. Go buy a boat, baby. But I don't care. I don't expect to be monetized. I was just happy to get my community tab so I could share with everybody. Yeah, I was starting. Yeah, I got some jiggles is what I got. There you go. Yeah. Hey, Rosie, Naomi. I already drained the bacon grease into the jar, but Rosie was just up on the stove cleaning the pan out. I didn't mean to yell in y'all's ear, but I look over and all I see is ears flapping and a dog's nose in a cast iron skillet licking the bacon grease out of it. There wasn't much left. I already dumped it in the jar, but it was just funny. She was just lapping it up. Split shot baits. You're just trying to get to 50 subs. What? How do you got that in there? Split. Whoops. Hold on a minute. I'm going to try to find you here. I got to figure out where my buttons are, though. I'll make sure I write it just like. Yeah, it's hard to find you, bud. Capitalize. Sometimes if you capitalize things, it helps. Yeah, I'm having trouble finding you. Gotta go, Hunter. Thanks, Froggy, for coming in. We'll see you, girl. Okay. Okay. Split shot. There. I made you a mod. Now you can just go and click on grab your link off your go to your YouTube channel, go up where your three little dots are, hit that, copy link, and then share it in chat. And then everybody will be able to find you. You should be able to do that. Now, here's the rules on being a mod. Y'all be good. If not, I'll unmod you. I kick you. Oop. I didn't tie that tight enough. See, I goofed that one up. So I'll slide back up there. If you that's another thing I explained to you guys. For you guys that are new beginner to tires or to tie, can't even speak. You're new to tying. Get used to pulling your thread out of your bobbin for one, but that's not what I was going to say. Okay. Take your thread. Lock that back on there. Now, here's the thing is, if you don't wrap that tight enough a couple times, it will spin on your hook. And that's what I didn't do. So now it's done. There you go. See, now you're going to get some subs. Okay. How many videos you got? Okay. I see 2 videos, bud. Okay. You're going to have to make some more videos. I'm not being mean. I'm just being truthful. You want more subs, you got to do more videos. Just takes time. Be patient. Do your best you can. And go for it. And by the way, I subbed to you too, Split Shot. But that's probably why you're kind of a little bit. That's too long. That's probably why you're a little hard to find. Is you only got a couple videos. So the way YouTube likes to do is they just don't like to share you if you don't have much. So just do a few quickies. Get up there and do you a couple 3-minute videos and do you some shorts. I didn't look. You probably actually you might have more shorts than anything, don't you? Yeah, shorts produce subs. Yes. Thank you, Pun Hopper. I was just fixing to say that. But if you do shorts, do a lot of shorts. I mean, do a couple 3 a day. I mean, if you want to get subs off of shorts, you can. I mean, go out and go fishing and film each fish instead of making a movie and putting it all together and do a bunch of editing, which everybody here knows I hate editing. And if you don't know, I hate editing. So you do a couple shorts, 15 seconds or less little catch videos and start putting them up. People will watch. I posted one about Mikey just catching like a 2.5 pound, a pound and a half, however big it was. I don't even remember now. It was about like yay long channel cat. That thing got 8,000 views in just a matter of a day or two. And consistency, yes. Try to be consistent. My problem is I go like I went 3 weeks without posting a video because I couldn't see to read or tire or something like that, and that really messed me up. I mean, it dropped views, but if you go back and look at my videos, most of my stuff doesn't have that many views neither. So And my video qualities, I try to do the editing the best I can, but I'm not real great at the computer stuff. And I've been working trying to figure out this whole how to build a website for like what 6 months now, and I just couldn't find nobody to help me. And now I found somebody to help me, and they're in here, so I greatly appreciate that. I don't know if I can say who or not, but I'm not going to. I don't. I think I was told maybe not. So, anyways, I might be able to get my website up and running. We just got to talk about it and make some plans to do so. I want to get the website up and running because right now I'm just selling these to whoever sees this on YouTube and hits me up on my email, and it's kind of rough. I would like to just be able to tie up a bunch, put them in a box, put a price on it, set it on the website, and be done. Yeah, I seen your video uh, last night, Pond Hopper. I watched it about you guys starting to get your website up and going and promoting your stuff. And he's starting to tie jigs. Lyle Stokes ties jigs. Make sure you guys do. Just support everybody. Everybody ties different jigs. I tie stuff different than Lyle ties stuff different than James ties stuff different than Mark ties stuff. Everybody ties stuff differently. You tie what works for you in your area, and if you see something that somebody else has and they sell their jigs and you want something, buy from them, trade with them. You don't have to just, I mean, you can say, hey, I like your jigs, can I have a pack of your jigs and I send you a pack of my jigs? If you're like me, you're gonna be like, okay. Yeah, uh trying to learn the tools on tying jigs, sometimes that's people's hangups, is trying to get all that figured out. So I got enough. All these jigs I'm tying this morning are for me. I'm trying to get my box filled back up for my micros. Boy, those are some nice little ones. So I just keep swapping and changing color, and I get what I like. And this time I'm going to use some duck. Use about that much. I know that's kind of hard to see. And then, like I said before, the length of the hook to the deal and the shank, and then stick that out past the hook. Yeah, and these ones, I know these are like really really sparse, and you can't hardly see it with like old eyes, but that's the key. You want tiny, tiny, tiny this time of year. And I'm after bluegill right now. I mean, I'm after crappie too, but right now the crappie in my pond are kind of being hinky. I don't know. They're all up in the brush, and the brush is too far away. I'm not getting the kayak out to get on my pond and freeze to death. So it ain't happening. But this color here, that's a tiger fire. So come on, focus. That's a tiger fire with that olive ducktail, that olive green ducktail. Come on. You're watching my marabou technique. I can tie some marabous. That actually, I tie some micro marabous. See that there? Come on, focus. Oh, you can't hardly see that tail. You can't want to do that. But Let's see if I got some micro marabou out. Find my marabous. Okay. I can't find no micro marabou, but you can take a regular feather and down. I could find the micro marabou, but I don't want to sit there and try to go through all my stuff. I put it away the other day because I thought I was done with it. Okay, so you can take a regular feather like this. There you go. And then get the fuzzy stuff and stand it up like that, and then just pinch you a piece. Oh, I guess it'd help if I got a hook. Now, another thing is if you're using bigger jigs and you're like you're using multiple colors, they multiple colors will sometimes affect your pattern as far as they might come up and hit the front of the jig instead of the back. So if you're getting a bunch of hits but you're not hooking nothing, you might just check and like change the color around. So if you got a jig that's got a pink head and in different color body, change it to a pink tail and see if that kind of starts making you hook up. If it does, then they're hitting the color. Now, if they're hitting it and you're not hooking up, also downsize and see if they're just tail tipping it and if you just need a smaller jig. So we're still going to use this color here too. Oh, you're sending me a message? You send me a message on Messenger? Okay. Yeah, that works. Yeah, I appreciate it, Mark. Yeah, now like I said, go subscribe to everybody in here. Everybody's moderators, pretty much. I don't care. Just don't do something that's offensive to my channel, and I won't kick you out. Because I will kick you out. I'll block you. You won't never come back. That's how I am. I don't want the negativity. I don't mind y'all horsing around and razzing each other, playing around stuff like that. But they don't. Nobody need to be mean on here. Hey, I don't need to worry about people's old Christmas trees. I got, we have 138 acres. We've cleared the 70-acre grass pasture and took down 8 and 12-foot cedar trees. Like, I'm talking like a couple hundred of them. So I put, see, so far we've put 16 of them into the pond this last winter when it was iced over. So yeah, I mean, Chad, that's a great idea. So I mean, don't get me wrong. If people want to do that, that's fine. But I have red cedars here, and those things are perfect. The needles, if once you cut them down, let them set, the needles fall off, within a month or two. Then you can throw them in, and you don't build a bunch of tannins in your water. But yes, I do. I made one pile on the north side, about like my pond shaped like my phone. So like if this side's north, like through the middle section, there's a couple piles that I made. But over on this side, there's a big long stretch by my dock, and it's probably a 35-foot cast, and I'm at that pile. But I got the other day, I mean, well, last week or so, I posted a video about my dock, or the week before, I posted a video about my dock and kind of just quickly talked about it. But I've got a bunch of stone underneath it, and I'm talking like a couple rocks that are this big that are up under the dock that we put in there, and then uh, we did. The other day we went out and cut down a hedge tree, which if you guys don't know what a hedge tree is, it's a Osage orange, and those things will last in the ground for 50 years, untreated. They're an extremely hard wood. And see, I didn't wrap that. I wasn't paying attention, and I didn't wrap that tight either. It just slid back. The they're for me. It'll probably fall apart because I wasn't paying attention. I'll show you guys that one. See that one? It turned out all right, but when I went to tighten it, that collar kind of started to spin. So, but on the what I was saying was, is we cut a piece of hedge out of a tree that was 10 foot tall, and halfway up it, the branches broke out into 8 branches. Well, we turned that upside down to where it's got all your branches sticking like this, and we stuck that down in the mud, and then we pounded the top of it to where it drove it down about a foot into the mud. And it's right in the middle of what's going to be my new piece of the dock, the 5 foot by 8 foot piece. So that section of the dock will be that I'm going to use that as a post. And I think I'm actually, to save on money and to save from putting the treated wood posts in my pond, even though we're using the new treated, which is done with uh, aluminum instead of arsenic and what have you. It's better for your, the environment and what have you. But the uh, the hedge poles are natural, and they're going to last as long as them 4x4 posts, because those hedge posts, they actually last longer, because those hedge posts, some of them are going to be 8 inches in diameter. So the one that we planted was on the one end, and on the other end it's 2.5 or so, but it'll be perfect structure down up underneath there. Hey Robin, thanks for coming in. But yeah, I did a video yesterday and released it. A friend of mine here that I've made this last year, I made a good friend this last year. He is a pastor, a preacher, whatever you want to call him. You know he has a Sunday and a Wednesday job where he talks about Christ. So you know, being a pastor, they work all week long. You guys know how it is. But he was fishing for carp out at Cheney, and I met him out there, and he's a great guy. And we've become friends. And so yesterday, I went to the dentist and I was talking to him, and he gave me a fly rod. I was so flabbergasted. It was awesome. Hi NJ, how you doing, bud? But yesterday he gave me this fly rod. I want to show you guys real quick. This is Redington. It even comes in a carbon fiber case. This is a this is a link. It's a Redington link. They made them, 2012 or so. They're a really light rod, but see, well, I got it upside down. There you guys go. Ain't that a beautiful rod? I'd show you the rest of it, but I want to take it all out of the package and everything. If you really want to see it, you can go see the video. But he gave me a reel too. So I mean, I'd appreciate it if you guys go watch that video. Go watch everybody's videos. You guys, we just got to support each other. So that's all there is to it. NJ, how have you been? What you been doing? I seen you been feeding some kitties, trying to messing around with some cats, some wild cats or whatever. We have some wild kittens over here that Naomi's been putting food out. I feel bad for them all out there in that cold. So everybody tries to take care of them. There's an itty bitty. Hey, it started to focus for a minute. There you go. That's a size 12 on a 1/64th head. I keep wanting to tie up the orange. I need to use up my blacks. Quit using up my oranges. I'm going to later today. I'm going to pour a. I got a box of 1,000. I built ours a condo with straw bales and tarps. No winter, take full advantage of it. Yes, Pond Hopper, I know where to get crappie at Cheney. You got a boat? Right now, that's pretty much crappie at Cheney, or you're going to have a boat. But yes, I know where to get crappie at Cheney. In the spring, I'll go hit the north end. I'll go hit Fisherman's Cove because the north end warms up a little faster. It's so shallow. But I'll hit Fisherman's Cove and I'll go up in there. And the key is Fisherman's Cove. If you want to know, go look at it right now because it's probably still the lake. It's probably still low enough. But Fisherman's Cove is only 2 foot deep. Everybody goes out there and they try to run 2 foot deep. Well, you're sitting on the bottom. Yeah, you're going to catch crappie, but they're having a downturn. I literally run 4 to 6 inches down off my bobber. That's it. And I'll run it by them brush piles, and people get so mad. Or you just go down there with your jigging stick, use a 12-foot or 14-foot jigging stick, and just kind of just barely jiggle around in them brush. You see the brush sticking up out of the water. Well, people are thinking that's 3 foot deep, and it's not. It's literally 18 inches, 2 foot deep there at Fisherman's Cove. But also around the south end, the whole month of May, go around the south end at Cheney, go from the handicap point, Sailboat Cove, all the way down to the dam, and then all the way down to dam. It's all full of crappie. Yeah, yeah. I just seen your comment about the dam, but yeah, but mostly they're not in the center of the dam because that dam is concrete poured, and they did that. Pour a truck, pour 10 yards, pour another 10 yards on that. So you're like you got your overlapping sections, but once those overlapping sections get down in the water, yeah, there'll be some crappie up in there. But you want to chase some catfish, get up in there when the crappie are up there. At Cheney, there's a guy that does Cheney down to fish. They caught a 71-pound flathead a couple weeks back. So, morning, Viking. How you doing, bud? But yeah, the go Cheney's good, but I don't have a boat. That's my problem. Is that I'm just too poor. I can't afford it. I have a buddy that has a pontoon boat that he just redid the deck, but we can't find an engine for it, and I'm just going to have to work on the 2-stroke that's on there. I mean, I can work on them. I've done it, back in the day, and I used to work on small engines, so basic concept, and just going to it ran when it stopped, and then they took it to the mechanic. See, I did it again. It ran when it stopped. They took it to the mechanic, and the mechanic's like, well, it has low compression. And I told my friend, I was like, well, for one thing, it's a 2-stroke. It's not going to have that good of compression anyways. It's an older one, so yeah. And also, it's been setting all that time. Who's to say that stuff ain't seized up in there and just needs to run and get hot? Well, he's too scared to just take it out and run it and get it hot and get stranded somewhere. And I'm like, dude, don't ever take it off the trailer. But I think what I'm going to do is we're just going to go up to his house, and because it's in his shop, and we're going to get in there. I'm going to pull the carb off and go through it and see what I can find. And he does good with hot rods and V8s, but the whole 2-cycle thing is what gets him going. Yeah, see, what I want is okay, being in a wheelchair. If I get into a modern, most of these guys that have fishing boats and stuff, if you get in that, you're stuck in the driver's chair. I'm too scared to be up on a deck that doesn't have side rails like a pontoon, but I don't want a pontoon because a pontoon's too big. So, if you look, like a lot of these guys down in Louisiana have those gator boats. Those gator boats have a low deck in them and they're flat from the nose to the tail pretty much, except for the driver's console. And I even thought about I have a 16-foot boat out at the pond that's been in a couple of my videos, and it's an old boat that we dumped out there because it's got some holes in it, but it wouldn't be hard to fix. But then I got to thinking, well, the deck in it'll be so high in order to have room that it'll make me top heavy, too much of a chance of falling overboard. So now I'm down to I think I'd be better off with like a big 18-foot John boat or a 20-foot John boat that's 6 foot wide and an actual size of a real boat, and just flat deck in it, and then put some side rails enough that like a not like a pontoon, but kind of, but have them as your pole holders. Also, just so you can I don't know. I got to figure something out because I need a boat. I need to get out there, and it's too cold for my kayak, and I don't want to put waders on and everything, because if we fall over with waders on, and I float, but you got a bunch of water and waders, you not float very well. But yeah, I don't know. I've been out on a pontoon boat a couple times this year. I haven't been out on a boat in 10 years since I've been in the chair, but I've been on a pontoon boat a couple times this year, and that whole rocking in my wheelchair. So I don't know. I may just need to get a boat that does have seats in it and just sit in the seat and never get up. I sit in my wheelchair and never get up. But anyways, guys, it's 9:30 and I said we was going to go to about then, and I got to get my log splitter finished, and I want to go try out this Remington rod that I got. Man, this thing is so nice. I've been looking for a 4 weight for so long. I know it's used, but there ain't nothing wrong with a used fly rod as long as it catches me some gills and some crappie. I hope I don't get no bass on it, but I'm gonna go try to catch some trout on it too. Pratt's going pretty good now. I don't think they've done their second stocking yet though, but who knows? They'll probably make us wait until the end of the year before they stock it again. I need to get on the website and see if they did any stocking. But hey, guys, I appreciate y'all coming in here. I didn't tie, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Only tied 18 flies while we were on here, so it's not very many, but that's enough for me to get going for the next couple days. I for some reason orange and sour truce has been really good to me the last couple times I've been out. So, besides, I'm going to say it again one more time. You guys need to go get you some of these. Go get a hold of Jason at Booger Belly Baits. Man, I never thought I'd like some plastic baits, but them things they was the ticket, and they lasted. One of those things lasted through 2025 bluegill. And the only reason why it got lost is because it got snagged up because the wind just kind of kicked me a little bit too far, and I went past the log and I didn't pop it over quick enough. So, yeah, I know that's slow, man. That's a tie every 5 minutes. And the bad thing is when I get going, I do like one every minute. But when you're talking and BSing, it don't take long. See, watch. Here's a tie. If you're paying attention and you're going and you're not talking and you're just putting them out.
I gotta check all that stuff out.
There. So what was that? 30 seconds? But I did make it slide too. But it'll work. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna go so I can finish these real quick. I got about
Matt.
I only had 2 more left. I'll wait until later. I gotta go pour a bunch first. Because I'm almost out. I got like I got 6 oranges left and about 8 golds. And I really need to fill my box back up. But this will be enough for the next couple of days. And I have 3 people still to tie for today, but I got to pour their stuff, so that's why I need to go pour. But also got to fix the log splitter. I still got to go out to my mother-in-law's and put in a toilet. No, oh, and I got to go get some firewood while I'm at my mother-in-law's. I'm going to cut a load of wood. So I got a busy day. So anyways, it was great having you guys. You guys be blessed. If I don't see you before Christmas, have a Merry Christmas. And if you don't celebrate Christmas, bah humbug. There you go. All right, guys. Go tie something. Peace out.